All right, ladies and gentlemen, fellow cultivators, we are back in Immortal Taoists, and this can be a little different. I'm gonna try and show you some PvP from Deification Tower up in heaven. But first of all, I just got to do a few things. I'm gonna go into alliance and sit at the banquet. I hope. Yes, look, a whole two people have turned up. Amazing. And gonna kill this thing because it needs to die. I get points for it when I manage to get into the battle early. Get a lot of coins for this. I'm just gonna skip it because it's quicker. Yep, nice. And it's dead. Nice. Alright, cool. 87 million damage, wonderful. Alright. Now, PvP has changed immensely. Again, I'll get into that after I quickly do my spirit pets. Ah, yes, to Athena, I managed to get the baby gem spirit in the end. Adorable little bastard. But yeah, that's the only one I've got so far. I imagine I'll get the rest pretty soon. It does seem to be easy, but as I said in a reply to a comment to her, I feel like once you get all of these extra spirit pets, it's going to make getting godhood for each pet so much harder because the random interacts will be randomized between so many more pets, but I guess we'll see if that becomes a problem later on. Alright, baby pet, almost grown, another earth level bird. Awesome, more stats soon, that'd be great. Just send out another ruin. I apologise, I should have done this before I started recording, but here we are. Thank you. Let's quickly visit. Now with this, I have figured that I might as well... Oh, well, oh, damn. Oh, there you go. So, you get mana from... Oh, that's interesting. Okay. So if you already have them unlocked, you get mana when you interact with them. That is cool. And new. Didn't know that. But yeah, the way I do this is that when my Tau Heart goes down to 80, I just restore it, basically, with servant XP back up to as high as it will go. And the reason I do that is because the higher your Tau Heart, the better chance of a good encounter and the faster you'll get to best friend status with these new spirit pets. But I'm pretty sure I just became best friends with another one in that one of the other interactions, but I will check that real quick. Because these spirit pets are going to get out of... Oh, yep. I got a deer spirit. Nice. Awesome. Oh, dear. I'm going to be overwhelmed by spirit pets very soon. I'm going to do a bit of... Again, I mean, this is technically PvP. I'll try and be quick about it. I'm just going to speed through it because this is not one of my stronger servants, unfortunately. 40 servants this person has. Good God. Well, she's not going to survive very long. I clicked the wrong one. Oh, okay. Still one. That's fine. Oh, almost dead. Oh, damn. Heal. Oh, wow. I still... Wow, 365 health. Awesome. Okay, yeah, fair enough. Alright. Now, Heaven Palace. Deification Tower has changed immensely. So, I did one earlier. You get 10 attempts, and before this update, the way PvP worked here in Deification Tower is that you click fight and it randomly matched you with someone and it just showed you a normal fight like you were fighting a monster in, Rome. It just looked like a hit for hit. And I'm assuming, I'll show you. Now, now in PvP, you choose someone, you have your prestige at the top there, 665,000 for me, and you have 3 people you converse, basically. Now, I'm just going to choose the bottom one for an example, and I'm going to explain my theory, basically. In the other video, I said that it would be better to raise every servant equally, and literally this update comes out and proves my point right, because let's say, for example, you pump 4 or 5 massive servants, but the other person has 30 servants. The other person's going to win because of this. Miss Yang is now out. No matter how strong they are, after 5 victories, it has to move on to the next servant. So I think this is going to force people to upgrade all their other servants now, which is interesting. But I mean, this interface and this whole fighting and what is happening right now is so much better than what it was, just attack for attack. Now I'm assuming it uses the same kind of numbers, but it is a lot better this way. Now I'm going to obviously skip through these a bit, but it does make PvP a lot more interesting, because you can't actually set teams anymore. This button does not work. I don't know why it doesn't work, but teams are not a thing anymore. You just get a random setup of servants and it goes from there. Now, the more servants you have, it seems that that's going to be the better way to go. So I'm actually going to start working on getting a lot more servants. Like, I have 11. It's not enough. It's just not enough. Even if 4 win 5 in a row, that's only 20 wins, and then it goes on to my weak servants. So even normally speaking, I would beat them in the old way of PvP. Now, I actually wouldn't beat them, because every 5 that they win in a row, they get kicked out the fight because they're undefeated, air quotation marks. But yeah, I'm not sure. I think they'll probably nerf the amount of times you can fight here, because it is so much. Now, I'll skip these last 7 for you before I get into the second part of this video, which is really quickly just going to be addressing spirit stone farming, because I was asked in the comments, like, how do you have so many spirit stones? So I'm just going to breeze through that really quickly. So, be right back. Okay, so I'm going to stop doing these fights because I've just realised that, and it makes more sense now, actually, now that I think about it. So it will only take your best 5 fights. So in terms of that divine bond, it will only take your top 5 fights that you do. So I've done another 5 on top of the 2 that I did. My best score was 33,470. It's not adding to that or taking from that for the other 5 sets of 5 fights I did. So obviously that's just so you can try and get the highest score possible by fighting the higher levels and hope for the best, really. So I'm going to finish the last 2 and see if I can beat that high score. But I am in the top 200. Hopefully it stays that way, so I can enter that spirit hall to fight for a place. That would be really nice. That's good rewards. Alright, didn't manage to beat it, sadly. That's unfortunate. But yeah, that's basically PvP now. It's much better than it used to be. But Cloud Hall, that's not going to start until Deification Tower finishes. But yeah, that's basically PvP now. Much better than it used to be. I'll give you an update in about 4 days when Deification Tower is over. That'll be Thursday. But yeah, until then, we'll leave PvP alone. Now, someone asked me, like, where do I get all my spirit stones? And I'm just going to run through them really quickly so this video is not too long. Now, market Sutra's Hall, 3rd level of the Sutra's Hall. I rob this once a day, I get 2 skills. If it's not one I've used, I sell it for 15,000 spirit stones. That's 30,000 spirit stones all up. Everybody who's watching this probably knows this already. I'm just going through it for the sake of people who don't know, I suppose. A second decent source of, which maybe some people might not do, is in Void Ring. Now, when you max out an item at 9.99k, you don't get a second stack. Now, what I've started doing is selling like half of a max stack when I don't need to make pills, and that's 1 spirit stone per item. So if I sell half a max stack, that's like 5k spirit stones per max stack. So that could be on a good day that I haven't made pills for a while. It could end up being nearly 30 to 40,000 spirit stones just from that alone. And yeah, going into Praise Land, obviously you get your 1,000 from worshipping, and that's another great source of spirit stones. Another way is, of course, soul wandering. You want to always soul wander. If you don't soul wander, you are being inefficient. You need to soul wander all the time. You will love the amount of spirit stones you get because it goes into your inventory down here with where it comes to the stacks. These two stacks. Now, I'm just going to rank 160 in martial arts. Could be worse. Alright, insect. Another way to get a decent bit of spirit stones is challenging the leader, taking over the sect as a sub leader, and it doubles your salary. I've already claimed mine, but it turns from 2,000 to 4,000. So that's another huge amount of spirit stones that you'll be able to get nice and easy every day, mind you. Now, quickly going up into heaven. Apologies for those down on earth. There is not as many ways to get spirit stones as fast as up here, because although you do spend spirit stones really fast up here, you also get spirit stones at a decent rate. And Heaven Palace, you go into the South Heaven Gate, worship all these, that's another 2k spirit stones. And you can also go into the Cloud Hall, and you click on any one of them that you want, and you worship them once a day. That's another 2k spirit stones. Now, obviously you can do your fishing, and if you manage to get a fancy carp like I did in the last one, which was amazing, I got 2, that's 100k spirit stones, 50,000 each. But at the end of the day, it comes down to really good financial management of your spirit stones. Like, I made the decision down when I was back on Earth to save my spirit stones for when I got to heaven. At the time, obviously, I didn't know that I would need so many merits, or that the merits would cost me so many spirit stones. But it has turned out to be relatively advantageous for me. But it comes at the cost that I don't have all of the 3rd level sutras, which has obviously, lowered my stats, or lower than they could be. But over time, I will eventually get them all anyway. So it doesn't really matter that much to me. If it's not a percentage boost increase immediately, then, it's a set amount, even when you max the skill to level 10 in your skill over here in Cultivate. Even when you get it to max, it's a set amount that you get. So I'm not overly worried about forcing myself to spend 100k on these when I can honestly just wait a day, wait till tick over, rob it, and hopefully get 2 that I haven't used before. If not, it's still spirit stones regardless. But yeah, that about sums up this quick little video. Subscribe. I'm going to do a new game tomorrow. It should be out. It'll be First Summoners. Hopefully it's as well received as this one has been, because yeah, that'd be great. I enjoy making these, to be honest with you, and I enjoy responding to everyone in the comments. It's been a great time seeing everyone talk to each other. But yeah, I shall leave it there. Have a great day.